Hey guys, it's me, Christina. So I'm going to be doing my January wrap up and what I'm currently reading. So let's get started. So the first book I read in January was Kiss Him, Not Me, Volume 2. This is the continuation of the story of Kai and her being friends with these guys who are in love with her. And it's just really funny and really cute, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The second book I read in January was Haikyuu Volume 2. This is the cover. And this is also the continuation of the story, and they played this other team who one of the main characters was teammates with when he was in middle school, and it was really interesting and I loved the story. So I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was Shameless by Gina Maxwell, and it's about this girl named Jane, and her sink is broken one of these nights, so her friend calls this guy to help her with her pipes, and the guy turns out to be a stripper, and it's just this weird, cute, funny love story. It's not weird in a weird way, it's just I just really enjoyed it, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And the next book I read was If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo, and this is about a girl named Amanda who is transgendered, and she is moving from where she was previously living to living with her father, and all this stuff happens, and it was beautiful and funny and just really a good book, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The last book I read was a poetry book, and it is Milk and Honey by Ruby Kaur. I don't know how to say it, but I really enjoyed a lot of these poems in here. Some of them were just really beautiful, and I'm going to be doing a review on this, so look out for that. And my two favorites this month were If I Was Your Girl and Shameless. So I'm going to talk about what I'm currently reading. So I'm going to start with ebooks. So the first book I'm currently reading is Honesty by Seth King. This is a GLBT book, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really cool, and the writing is just so beautiful. And the other book I'm reading is the sequel to Shameless, and it is Ruthless by Gina L. Maxwell. This is the second book in the series, and I think there's only going to be 3, but I'm not sure. And this is about the main guy in the story. I can't remember his name. One of his friends, Roman, and he is a lawyer, and it's just really good so far. And now I'm going to get to physical books. So I'm reading The Sun Is Also a Star, and I have to finish this soon because it's due at the library. I'm on page 201, and this is about a girl named Natasha and a boy named Daniel. Natasha is going to be deported because she and her family are undocumented immigrants, and she's spending the last 24 hours with this guy named Daniel, and he doesn't know she's undocumented, so all this stuff happens, and I'm loving it so far, and it's really good. And this is also the author who wrote Everything Everything, which is one of my favorite books, and so yeah. I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm trying to read this before the third book comes out, which it comes out in May, and this is a huge book, and I'm really bad at reading huge books. I'm on page 207, and I'm really loving it. I love this series. This is so good. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it's just so good. I think I prefer the second one over the first one because of Reese. Like, I love him. And I'm still reading One True Loves by Tara Jenkins Reid. This is about a girl named Emma, and she marries her high school sweetheart, and then he disappears, and everyone thinks he's like dead. And then one of these, and she is engaged to this guy named Sam, but then Jesse shows up again, and it's just crazy, but it's wrote very beautiful, and I plan to finish it in February, and I want to read more of her books. I bought them all used, so I'm really excited to read the rest of her books. I'm on page 209. I started this yesterday after I finished Milk and Honey. It is a poetry book. I want to get back into reading poetry again. This one is called 7,300 Days by Isabella Mente, and it's just a collection of her poetry, and I just love this cover. It's just so pretty. This is like, I think, going to be one of my favorite books, and it is about a boy named David and another boy named Leo. So David is a boy, and he's also always been different, and his parents think he's gay, but the truth is that he wants to be a girl. And then there's Leo, who his main goal is to be invisible, and then Leo stands up for David, and then they become friends. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm on page 91. And I'm planning on still reading Love and First Sight. I love this cover. It's like so cool because it's just like white, and then you have like the pop of the neon. And it's about this boy named Will, and he is blind, and he has a crush on a shy girl named Cecily. And I think this is going to be a really cute book. This is the author who wrote We Should Hang Out Sometime, and I think this is his first fiction book, so I'm really excited to get really into this book. And I'm reading Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. I've read the first two in her Delirium series, and I like the first one. The second one, not so much. Like, it was good, but it wasn't my favorite. And I'm planning on finishing that series eventually, but I like her writing. And this is becoming a movie in March, so I wanted to finish it before it comes out, because I like reading the book before the movie because I'm weird. And I like to compare, even though like I know the movie is not going to match the book, and I'm not really a fan of the book anyway. It's like it's okay, like, and the main character just drives me insane. So I'm on page 83, and it's okay. And the last book I'm currently reading is A Darker Shade of Magi by V. Schwab. The third book comes out February something, but I wanted to marathon this series. But I don't know how long that's going to take me, so, but I'm not like doing a time limit thing. Like, I'm on page 25, and and I'm really enjoying it. It's about this guy named Kel, and there's like these different types of Londons. There is Grey London, Red London, and Black London, which no one ever talks about. And Kel is a red traveler, and he's one of the last magicians, which is really interesting. And he's also a smuggler, which is a dangerous hobby, and he stumbles upon a forbidden token from Black London. And this just sounds like really interesting. I love the cover. It's just so interesting. And it's so cool. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm reading with the audiobook, and I might just ditch the audiobook because the voice is just kind of off. So I'm going to get to my favorite songs of January. My first song that was my favorite was More Like Love by Ben Rector. The second one was How Far I'll Go by Alessia Cara. I don't know how you say it. But she was, like, it's one of the songs from the Moana soundtrack. And 11:11 by Taeyeon. Don't Panic by Ellie Goulding. I'm reading it from my bullet journals. So that's why I'm looking over. The Heathers musical. I discovered the Heathers musical like a few months ago, but then I finally bought the full album on iTunes and I listened to it, and I'm just kind of obsessed with it. It's really, the music is really good. Hand of God by Jon Bellion. Right Hand Man, which is from the musical Something Rotten, and God I Hate Shakespeare, which is also from Something Rotten. Girls, Girls, Girls by GOT7, which is K-pop. Back to Me by GOT7. Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran. Hard Out Here by Lily Allen. Morning in America by Jon Bellion, and the Moana soundtrack. So I wrote this all in my new bullet journal. I finished my other one, like, what was the date when I started this one? January 13th. So I finished my other one during 12th, and I'm really enjoying it. I have the same type of notebook. This is the Electrum in lime green. And then we're going to talk about journaling. So I've been journaling a lot in January. I painted like the rest of my journal, like the pages, purple and blue. So like, you see that. So I feel like I'm going to be done with this journal in like March, I think. And I discovered one of my favorite pens in January, which is the Muji pens. They're Japanese pens, and they just write very well. And I got this new journal at Barnes & Noble, and it's this girl, and she has like all these stacks of books, and it just works very well with me. I've been like numbering the pages because I like numbering, and I already decorated the front cover. It says Hello Journal, and I put an index because I want to index the months so I know what pages they're on, because I like rereading my journal even when I'm using it. And I also got this journal at Walgreens. It was on sale, and it has like these gold raindrops, and it's like this grayish mint color, and it's really pretty. And I'm probably going to use this one after this one because this one is tinier, so I'll probably finish this one faster, and then I'll go to this one, which is very pretty, and these are lined. I use lined for journaling and unlined or squared for bullet journaling. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye, guys.